Now we have Holochain installed and ready to go. Let's get an application that we can run on top of Holochain and see how that works. We're going to use our social media app called Clutter. So if you go to our organization called Holochain on GitHub, you'll see Clutter here is the application. So head over to there and scroll down a bit to the instructions. So we have installed Holochain, which is awesome. And the best way to try it out apparently is to run 2 instances of Clutter and our own Bootstrap server. So we'll download the latest release, then we're going to unzip it, make 2 copies of the contents into folders called Clutter1 and Clutter2, and both of those folders will have a DNA and a UI folder in each one. Alright, let's go get the release, which is a zip file, which has everything we need in it. Unzip that. Alright, so in here we should have a UI and a DNA folder, which we do. So the UI is pretty obvious, but the DNA is the API for the application that runs on top of Holochain. So we have our 2 folders there. I've got a folder here called Clutter for my demo, so I'm going to add a new folder called Clutter1. Paste the contents in there. And we've got Clutter2. And we'll paste the contents in there. Alright, done that. So what did it say to do next? Run the Bootstrap server. Alright, so that just means we can run BS in a terminal. So let's go there. So we run BS. Gives us our Bootstrap server, which is running on localhost 3142, and I'll get to what that actually does in a minute. And the next step is, right, we need to run these instances of Holochain. So hcdev is the command that we built with the Go code just before. Nonat upmp is a faster way to start this up when you're doing testing like we are now. Port is specifying the app port that is going to talk to Holochain. We need individual agent IDs because we're running all this on one machine, so we can't just use the normal machine ID. We can specify that. And Lucy is my wife. mDNS equals true means that the DNS is looking locally, and Bootstrap server is the Bootstrap server that we're running, and web is the command that we're going to run on hcdev, and we're going to run this on port 3141. So let's go back to terminal, and got that running in Clutter1. So if we do a command there we go, Holochain dev service initialized, directory created, key pair generated, using that as my agent ID, serving it on this hash. So if we now go and look in the Bootstrap server, which was running on 3142, so we go localhost. This machine's so new, there are nothing in my address bar. Alright, cool, localhost 3142. And you can see we have the node that is running, which is wonderful. Alright, so now when we run another instance of Clutter, we will see the second node. So let's go back to the instructions, get the command for the second address. You'll notice it's running on a different port, has a different agent ID and a different port to talk to Holochain. So let's fire that up in here under cd clutter2. Running the same, and you'll see it's running the same hash because it's using exactly the same code, which means that we can be sure that when these 2 applications talk to each other that nobody has messed with the DNA code. So now if we go back to Bootstrap and refresh that, we get 2 nodes. So they can now both talk to each other. Alright, so the first one was running on 3141 as a node. And here we have an instance of Clutter. Excellent. And the second one was running on 4141, so let's do that. And there we go. Alright, so now what we can do is we can set the person's handle, so let's set this one to Lucy. And then let's let's set this one to fill. Alright, now if I go follow people, well hang on, let's post something first just so you can see there's nothing up my sleeve. So let's go to Lucy's homepage and say Lucy's Meow. We'll do this so we can see where things are. So there you go, Lucy's Meow. And I'll do the same thing on mine and say Bill's Meow. Now you can see that we're not following each other yet. So if I follow Lucy, click follow people, you can see that a list of all of the people that are running the same hash key will show up here if we had multiple. And I can go follow. And if I go back to my home page now, I will see Lucy's Meow, exactly as you'd expect. Alright, so there we have it. We now have 2 instances of Clutter running locally, and we can see exactly what's going on.